Ian made a video titled Coming Clean, where he doesn't come clean about anything. He just chooses to respond to obvious trolls. And even with that in mind, in the clips he replies to, he still looks bad.
And then Ian goes on a podcast with a therapist and gets extremely real with him, which is a profoundly stupid idea. He of all people should know better than to go on a therapist's podcast and vent about his very real problems on a public forum like that, because people will use that information against him.
If you're gonna be a hater ass bitch, take it the full way. Take responsibility for having the opinion that crying online is pathetic and weak.
What makes it pathetic is you spend 2 whole videos concern trolling Ethan, siding with people going after his wife, his family, encouraging false CPS calls. Like, yeah, you cried on camera, but you were really just projecting about how it's affected you.
It's really hard to be a couple online and see people attacking your partner.
There is the fat one and his cohort who are listening to Anisa describe, like, essentially having a hard time online, seeing people mock and make fun of her dad with Alzheimer's.
They were laughing at my dad for getting sick on some of these forums.
What did you think? What did you think? Because you shared it online?
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's what people are going to do because they want to get a reaction out of you. This is how the internet works. It shouldn't be, but that's how it is.
The whole time, he is not saying that he is a perpetrator of bullying her. What he's saying is that other people are doing that. But he is doing it actively.
Yes, he's concern trolling you. Many of these people are, but are we supposed to feel bad after what you've done? You've asked for this. Creator Clash's most viral fighter dad is talking about how he's broke and has been asking Ian to box him at a Misfits event. It's a natural storyline. They could both get a bag and make up some of the money they've lost from Creator Clash, but Ian's having none of it, just calling dad names.
Don't want to give him my attention in general. Like, I think he's been an asshole. So fuck him.
Ian followed up this terrible video by doing a live stream responding to his boxing coach, where he calls Michael and his wife liars while lying the whole time.
For some reason, this stupid fucking loser and his dumb as rocks wife decided to go on the H3 podcast. They already spilled their guts. They were getting paid like $5,000 to go on this podcast.
They didn't go on there knowing they would receive $5,000. Ethan offered it to them when they complained about not receiving a bonus from you and hearing about how Kate fights to end child brides in her free time.
I want to say here that I, the capitalist, will once again be ponying up for the right cause. It is not right that he stiffed you guys. I'm going to be sending you guys $5,000 for the bonus that you never got.
Whoa. Oh my God.
Because he should have never f***ed you guys.
And if you think Ian's video is bad, wait till you see his live stream. I watched all 6 hours. It's him constantly playing victim and acting stupid.
Let me throw you a curveball here. Anisa, semicolon, anti-Semitic?
This shit's crazy. I cannot believe, like, it is so fucking gross. So gross. Why? Why would you ever say that?
Because Anisa was calling Ethan inbred and you posed with a swastika sword.
Everyone's silent. That's not a fucking funny joke.
Every video is silent if you have it paused. I'm not kidding. The second he unpauses it, everyone laughs.
Jewish.
I would say, probably in a way.
How insane is that? This guy? I think that's what $5,000 can do to a broke bitch.
At this point in the stream, they weren't even offered money yet. I hate to break it to you, but if you pose with a swastika sword, defend ranking Ethan as Jewish brand hummus on an Arab tier list, and your wife is echoing Hassan calling Jews inbred, some people might start thinking, these guys are a bit anti-Semitic. Maybe they got some anti-Semitic tendencies.
Go to the old city so I can get my fucking shit pushed in by some of the most inbred fundamentalist hicks.
Genuinely, all of the most hateful rhetoric is coming from Ian and Anisa and all their weird orbiters. Anisa is interacting with a guy who looks like Milhouse, and he just runs streams calling AB and Uncle Tom, saying he's not a real Arab.
You work for a fucking Zionist who fucking spews Israeli propaganda day in and day out. You are an insult to Arabs, you piece of shit. You little fucking dog. You little weakling. You betrayed your fucking people, bro. And we gave you so much Grace.
They are just being racist towards AB because his boss has ever so slightly different opinions on the Middle East. What's hilarious is Anisa does OnlyFans, whose CEO has donated over $11 million to a pro-Israel group. But Anisa gets no smoke, it's only AB. They twist themselves into pretzels trying to get out of it.
I mean, you can make the point that the CEOs, the OnlyFans CEO funding the ADL, are they're funding politicians to make them pro-Israel. Like, but obviously, like, it's different. The one, it's like working for a corporation that like supports, like, it's like, that's how she makes her living, bro. Like, what can I say?
It's really not that different at all. There's a million other platforms Anisa could use. She could go work a real job just like you've suggested for AB. They're acting like there's some sort of nuance there when there isn't. I'm sitting here watching hours of streams, fact-checking every outrageous claim that's made. It takes forever to sift through all this information. I'm sure many of you at work meetings or university lectures know what that's like. That's where Plaud Note comes in. With a single press of a button, it captures everything. Audio, your thoughts in the moment. The app generates transcripts, summaries, chapters, even mind maps, so you can easily revisit exactly what you need. And if you need to review things on a bigger screen, just log into the Plaud web platform and all your content is right there. They have this feature called Ask Plaud, and you can instantly search, brainstorm some great ideas, and even create action items for your whole team, all while AI has contextual knowledge of your work. It's ridiculously small, it's about the size of a credit card, so it could fit right in your wallet or the back of your phone, and it's reliable with the battery lasting up to 30 hours of continuous recording or lasting 60 days on standby. So you don't have to worry about it dying halfway through something important, which really comes in handy if you have back-to-back meetings. Everything is summarized, and if you're looking for something specific, the transcript is right there. For me, this is the definition of working smarter, not harder. So join the over 100,000 people already using Plaud and go to plaud.ai/WillyMac and use code WillyMac to get a special discount. Thank you, Plaud, for sponsoring this video. So where were we? Ah, yes, these people being the most unself-aware individuals on the internet. Milhouse in particular cracks me up because his racism is so prevalent. He goes after AB for not being Arab enough, but then he defends Anisa.
You betrayed your people, bro. And we gave you so much grace. AB, is that what you want? You want war with your own people? You gon' get it, buddy.
Man, Anisa's half Lebanese is doing a lot of heavy lifting here. Meanwhile, AB being half Arab, traitor. Like, what is happening? Is he gatekeeping, advocating for Palestine? Didn't AB raise over $100,000 for Palestinian children? Did we just discover Arab Nick Fuentes? AB recently did a segment on Anisa and Ian, saying she's been pressuring him and Olivia to quit the H3 podcast.
Directly blackmail? I don't fucking know. But it's like, leave your job, or we're gonna talk shit about you and you can't respond. You can't respond to it. You just gotta fucking take it. So I don't know what that is.
By the way, they wouldn't do that. Like, to think that Idubbbz and Anisa would like leak private messages between them and AB or speaks volumes of like how little AB knows them.
And then, as if it's an act of God to always prove these people wrong, Anisa immediately posts on Twitter proof that she's been pressuring Olivia, who works for Ethan, to quit her job. She tweets, "Here's the horrible messages AB is referring to." It's Anisa saying, "Hi Olivia, I know things have gotten really messy, but I'm too old to allow a man to bully women the way Ethan is. The only thing I care about after everything I've gone through is protecting women, including myself and you." Listen to how manipulative this is. "I know you're in an abusive, toxic situation, and I love and care about you as a person, but I have to set a boundary for both of our sake. I hope one day you see that it's out of real care and love. When I saw you chiming in, it did hurt me. I hope you understand, and I hope you put yourself and women everywhere first. You're a smart girl. You just have to believe in yourself." What an unhinged message. She's saying that Olivia is being abused by Ethan, no reason to believe that, and that Olivia should quit her job to help save other women. Which women? Nobody knows. Not important. Just make up crazy shit. Presumably Casey Tron and Denims, who are being sued, but they aren't being sued for being women. They're being sued for stealing content. She's tweeting how the lawsuit is frivolous, not true, and how she might have to foreclose on her house. But she doesn't tag Ethan in this. She tags AB as if he's paying the lawyer. Anisa is pumping her up. "I love you, Casey. You're so smart." No, she's actually a complete fucking moron. Casey's currently being sued for copyright, and she's still watching TV show episodes when she's not even there. No reaction. These people like to sell that their core identity is being a woman or being Arab. It's not. It's being a victim. Ethan replied to Casey Tron saying the settlement is off the table. She's writing tweets about how she comes from an abusive household and that what he's doing is class warfare.
I come from poverty, drug abuse, and domestic violence. So I'm sorry that I do that. What are you telling me? Okay, that sucks. I've had firearms pointed at me defending my mother from abuse. Privileged people like Ethan AB. Why are you trying to weaponize this horrible trauma you've been through against me for something you did? You stole my content maliciously. Remember? You wouldn't be getting sued if you didn't steal my content maliciously. I'm sorry all that traumatic stuff happened to you, but that doesn't mean you get to steal shit because you have trauma, right? Like, I'm sorry, that's just not how the world works.
Base?
And it wouldn't be an H3 drama if Idubbbz didn't get involved. She immediately hopped onto the premise that H3 employees should quit their jobs over Palestine.
She does not care. I have to leave my job. She's drawn her line in the sand because she has the right to tell me how I provide for me and my family. Let me be clear. I don't care Israel, Palestine. I don't give a the world compared to my family.
And so this is why they're trying to say, like, no, I was not saying I don't care. I was saying that, like, none of that matters compared to my family. Like, I will take a paycheck working for anyone, regardless of their political stance, because my family matters more than anything else. That's what I was saying.
Okay, but how is it wrong? She gets mad over AB making a lot of money.
And also, this is an insane, weird thing to share when there's videos of you doing a fucking $4,200 house apartment tour. I'm gonna say Palestine and Israel, and I only take the money for my family. Anyways, $4,200 LA apartment tour. Let's go. Look at my $4,200 apartment tour. Woo! Let's go.
Who cares? Bro, Idubbbz also does OnlyFans. Idubbbz, you work for someone who directly donated $11 million to AIPAC. Ethan's never done that. How can these people be this unself-aware?
Look, at the end of the day, they're mad because they couldn't get AB and Lena to quit.
Right.
Which was always their goal.
These people being so nasty is exactly why Ethan won't settle with them. They want to be seen as human rights activists, but look at what they're doing. Look at what they're saying. They're going after AB because he doesn't act Arab enough for them, which basically just means he doesn't agree with them on every single thing.
Like, when he hears another Lebanese man saying that, like, yo, motherfucker, you fucked up, that hurts him more than someone else saying it. And I understand that. You know what I mean? I get it. I'm right here in Lebanon, where you wish you were. I'm out here getting bombed by fucking Israelis, where you sitting comfortably in Los fucking Angeles.
If that's the case, I don't think AB wants to be in Lebanon.
I have more of a fucking claim of being Lebanese and talking about this fucking crisis and this fucking genocide, while you're out there fucking cosplaying as an Arab. And actually trying to cosplay as a white person. He's trying to... Anyways, AB wishes he could have my approval. That's what he really wants. He wants me to be like, listen, guys, AB's one of us.
This guy's gross. They claim to be standing up for women as they are targeting and trying to manipulate Olivia because she's a woman. Ian and Anisa are so angry and spiteful, they wouldn't even help their old boxing coach's wife's agenda to end child marriage.
I think it was Kate specifically. She messaged me about this child marriage thing, and it was very importantly right after Michael Briggs requested that I be his guarantor on a loan to open like a boxing gym.
According to Michael and Kate, this is like 5 months apart.
Why would you be mad for 4 months after?
Yeah.
He's saying he was mad because I asked him to be a guarantor, not a loan, a guarantor. He's like, I lost my ass on all this stuff. And first of all, if you constantly talk about how much of a millionaire you are, and then you're mad
I don't think they are, by the way. I think they lost. I think they lost the vast amount of their fortune.
But I was short with him. I said, like, in no world would I ever be able to do that, because I wanted to express like very clear boundaries. And I did. I don't know how long later it was. I wasn't done being angry about it for sure. But Kate did message me about like a child marriage bill thing. And I didn't pass it along to Anisa. I looked at it and I closed it. I was just angry at them. And I was like, you know, f you guys, I'm not going to be boxing anytime soon. And yeah, I'm done with this shit. But at least for the child marriage thing, like, they didn't message Anisa about that shit. That was definitely a me thing. Me being like just kind of angry and uncaring about it. Like, whatever.
You could have just said no to helping them out with the loan and still help them out with the child bride stuff. That's an option.
I can't believe in that screenshot, that the DM that she shared, right, to try to expose, you know, Olivia. Like, she said in there that, oh, I care about women and, you know, children or girls. I'm just like, you're fake.
Being so mad about me asking not for a loan, but a guarantor for somebody that's supposed to be a millionaire, multi-millionaire. Well, just say no.
Something.
But also,
something
you can't tell me you're extremely mad about it, and then 4 months later, the latest I asked him was September. My wife asked him in January the following year, 2024, about supporting a bill, and he's still so mad that he can't even show the message to Anisa and just closes it. It's like, bro, how much did you hate us? And why did you hate us so much?
Ian's somehow a worse activist than Hassan.
But I also might want to stream while Hassan's streaming, because he deserves like a little competition, especially if people see me as like the white Hassan.
Hassan is already white.
You dumb cracker bitch.
During Ian's stream, he has this lie counter. It gets to over 60 by the end of the stream, but he doesn't prove that anything is a lie. Most of the time, he ends up confirming it to be true.
Hard to get Ian to train because he doesn't like boxing. He doesn't like boxing him.
Well, that seems to be.
I do like boxing. I didn't like boxing around you.
Then why did you hire him to be your trainer for 2 years in a row? Ian immediately follows this up with, yes, sometimes you gotta do stuff you don't like.
I don't know. I don't like, have these people never done something that they don't enjoy? Like, isn't that what like a lot of jobs are? You know? Isn't that just like a lot of, you know, raising a child?
I think a lot of people actually do enjoy being parents.
Like, there's a lot of things that you might not enjoy that has difficult moments that you do because it's worth it, because there's something else that you're doing it for. I definitely didn't like boxing for the first week, but as it happened, like now I watch boxing all the time. I'm going to watch the fucking Canelo Crawford fight this upcoming Saturday. Yeah, I like boxing.
Nobody is talking about if you like watching boxing. They're talking about you training.
But yes, fucking nasty piece of shit like you make me not like it as much.
He was talking about how you didn't like boxing while he was training you. You're making it sound like he was telling the truth. Michael describes how he was almost fired for talking to Ian too sternly during a sparring session. Ian completely crashes out over this.
Did you say he cried?
Oh, we had to have a meeting.
So after that, so he was crying.
We had to have a meeting. How ridiculous is that? Men aren't supposed to have emotions. Especially not sad emotions. It should only be anger. Emotions should only be anger with men.
He's so mad.
Happened afterwards was horrible because then we went back to the hotel and then they were eating at Denny's and they said, we need to have a meeting. So I have to go to Denny's. And they pretty much then talked about how they were going to have to fire me because I reminded...
Okay, we got to update the lie counter.
He just adds an arbitrary amount of lies every few minutes.
We gotta be at around in maybe 27, I think so. Oh, brother. Yeah, so Anisa and I do like Denny's. That is something that we are guilty of. We love Denny's. But yeah, he said, I had to go to Denny's. He had to go to Denny's.
If you're hosting a meeting at Denny's, that means he has to be there, right? If you noticed, Ian is really into defending Denny's. He rewinds the video to try and show Michael lying, but it's over the smallest detail.
He was crying at the gym afterwards, and I said, and
he's framing this in such a way. I was able to keep it together in the gym. I was actually crying not outside the gym, in the car, away from the gym. I was like, oh, okay, now that I'm away from people, I'll let it rip.
I wasn't crying in the gym. I was crying outside the front door. I was in my car with the windows rolled down. It's just not relevant. You told him you would replace him if he didn't adjust how he talked to you. Now, Ian denies this.
They pretty much then talked about how they were going to have to fire me because I reminded Ian of his father when his father would yell at him as a kid.
We never used the word fire. We never used the word getting a different coach. We never used anything that would imply that he was going to be fired.
But it sounds like the rest of that is true. Now, Ian's coach did respond to parts of this live stream, but the meeting wasn't recorded, so it's up to you on who you want to believe.
They were like, oh, we weren't going to fire him. Dude, you told me you were going to have to find another coach that could talk to you properly if I didn't change how I talk to you.
The most insane allegation to come from Ian's stream is Anisa claiming that Michael was a creep to her. She started off by writing in Ian's chat, he wouldn't stop hugging me. It was really upsetting. I tried to push him off and I cried. Idubbbz, can you explain why I was crying? Now, Ian is on live stream reading this chat and he's like, yeah, sorry, Anisa, I don't remember any of this.
Being able to...
Anisa, you can come here and explain it if you want, because I don't have a fucking recollection of it.
And she replies, nah, it's fine.
And also just...
The story is Anisa changed the music at the gym, she got confronted on it by a different coach, and then she cried.
Anisa felt embarrassed because this guy, you know, it felt bad that, you know, he came in and just like kind of changed the music. And then Michael just went into his own like weird explanation.
How did this fairly mundane story turn into allegations of Michael being a creep? Michael responded and he seemed shocked by it.
That I wanted to change that Patty changed the music because I wasn't even the one that did it. Once again, I'm nice. I probably would have let her play that stupid shit. So Patty wanted to change the music, does change the music. She gets upset, starts talking shit about Patty. I stick up for Patty and told her music was 12-year-old emo music. As soon as that happened, I literally turned around because I was like, okay, let's do our pads. I was going to put her gloves on. She runs to the bathroom. By the time she comes out of the bathroom, she's bawling. She tries to leave to go to the car, and I see her go to the front door, but she realizes she doesn't have the keys to the car. So she has to come back. At this point, she's already crying. She's super sad. Once again, they don't know what the empathy is. I see a woman crying, and I'm going to feel bad. I go give her a hug because I'm like, hey, I'm sorry that you're crying. I didn't hug her to the point where she started crying. I felt bad, so I gave her a hug.
She was crying.
And I said, yeah, she was bawling. So I hugged her.
That's a crazy, malicious lie. The way she told that story is nuts. She's crying from the ox thing, and then she's making it sound like she's crying because you're like squeezing her and not letting her go.
The fact that Ian tells the story pretty much the same way Michael does makes me feel like she's lying.
Yeah, I did have empathy, and I went to hug her because she was a crying woman. You know who didn't try to hug her? Ian. Because he has no empathy for his wife that's crying. He didn't even.
You remember it. You remember it. He doesn't.
I remember it perfectly. I tell Ian, I'm like, dude, I'm like distraught. I'm like, I didn't mean to make her cry that bad. Ian's like, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal.
I repeat, these people are so gross. Went after Ethan's kids for the CPS stuff, defended and laughed at death threats when skulls were sent to Ethan's house, implied that Ethan was abusing Olivia, and now this creep allegation against Ethan's boxing coach. But these people aren't just metaphorically gross, they're actually gross. They're talking about how Ian doesn't shower and he's sending pictures of his tongue to his boxing coach because he's afraid he's going to get sick. It's like, yeah, brother, toothpaste, hygiene, soap, it goes a long way.
So he would smell so bad that when he comes back in the afternoon to train, he doesn't shower in between his sessions. And so like the coaches that are training other, members there would just like look at us with the weirdest face, and Michael would try to take Ian to the corner where there's not a lot of members of the gym so they don't have to smell it.
I tried to take him to the open doorway for the first event where he was talking about getting tonsil stones. Yeah. And he was saying he was going to get strep throat because he had tonsil stones. Ew. And I said, Ian, tonsil stones don't cause strep throat. Tonsil stones are because you're not brushing your fucking teeth. And so he was like, oh, okay, hygiene.
Like, it's tough. I'll give you the stinky. The stinky is okay because honestly, I was a little stinky when I was training for boxing. I'm not going to fight it. In between going to the first boxing session at the start of the day and the next boxing session at around like 4 or 5 o'clock, I didn't always get to the shower. Look at it! Look at it! Look at it! So I will accept the stinky label.
I'm ugly and I'm proud.
Good. Yeah, fool. Like, you need to brush your teeth and you like.
Wait, hold on. That shouldn't be something you need to hear from your boxing coach. Brush your teeth.
Yeah, it's almost as if I didn't need to hear it. When it's so crazy, it almost doesn't seem real. It's because it's not real. It's a lie.
Okay, so it didn't happen. But then he immediately admits that it did happen.
He sent us a photo of his tongue. And she said, I think he might have like bad breath and it's causing...
She said tonsil stone.
Hold on. Why did she send you a picture of his tongue?
They thought it would show us that he was going to get strep throat.
Yeah, so he couldn't come.
And I'm like, because they were trying to say he's going to get sick before the event. And it can happen if you train too hard before.
Yeah, again, I think they're essentially just saying that we were worried about me getting sick. Like, we were really worried about me getting sick because I had been, avoiding it for a while. So it was scary. It was scary that maybe this event wouldn't, go well.
Why are you guys sending pictures of your tongue to your boxing coach? Like, what's he supposed to do about it?
But we weren't training too hard for him to get sick.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't matter. You can get sick from anything. You don't need to be training to the point of exhaustion for you to get sick.
But you weren't sick, so why are you doing this? A lot of the stories the coach tells, Ian denies. Like I said, he said, she said stuff. But some of the things Ian says just gives me a headache.
One time we ended sparring, and afterwards everybody's hanging out. And she walks up to Ian and she goes, "You're hungry."
Yes.
And then so they had to leave because Ian was hungry.
I mean, tell me you're not married without telling me you're not married.
Ian, everyone here is married. AB's married, Ethan's married, Michael's married, even I'm married. It's not normal for your wife to tell you when you're hungry. Are you 5 years old? Does she change your diaper too?
I just want to ask him if you've always been shitting your pants.
The biggest criticism for Creator Clash 2 was that it was a charity event that raised no money for charity. They were allegedly $500K in the hole before the event took place.
He's like, our brand is at stake. we're $500,000 in the hole right now. And we're like,
I wish I knew that. I wish I knew that at that time. I think a lot of the fighters would have liked to have known that.
Anisa gets on the mic and she's like, actually being 500K in the hole was an awesome accomplishment. We were way ahead of the first creator clash.
I just want to, like, because I'm the one who is, like, seeing the back end. This part of it really pissed me off with Harley saying, like, we would have really liked to know. Being $500,000 in the hole year 2 is actually amazing. Year 1, we were $1 million in the hole before the event, and that's normal because production, broadcasting, renting the arena, paying fighter purses, all of these things cost money. Second year, we are actually less in the hole. All the sales come in 48 to 24 hours, so nobody needed to know that we were in the hole. It's normal business.
If it's so great and normal, then why are you freaking out to Michael about it?
2 weeks before the fight, I'm like, we need to do your 2-a-days. And I said, my brand is at stake. Well, he went and told Anisa that I told him my brand was at stake. So the next day she comes into the gym super mad and she's like, our brand is at stake. We're $500,000 in the hole right now.
Ian's stream is very ticky-tacky. Focus on one word and then act like the entire statement is a lie. He's getting offended over meme sound bites.
She said too much dumping in here. You guys, stop. This is not what podcasting is.
It isn't what podcasting is. They think that that's a fucking hilarious line, but they talked about their dog and shit, having Giardia and all this other crazy shit on their podcast.
You can't talk about your dog getting sick on a podcast. That's too much. That's the line. Dude, your own wife talks about you shitting your pants. How is the dog too far? But there is a glimmer of hope. Ian is officially stating he's against the false CPS calls, and he's doing it by rewriting history.
CPS getting called on Ethan is not a good thing. I condemn it.
Bro, if you just said that from day one, you wouldn't be in this predicament.
Putting people in a position of like, okay, make a public statement about us, or you're now on our harassment radar. It's fucked up. And people ignoring like that wasn't what was happening is so stupid. That was happening, very obviously. Our podcast got bombarded by his viewers.
You guys should be happy with any viewers you can get. Are we all just supposed to forget that you supported the CPS calls? You said you're glad you didn't defend them.
To be honest, I'm very proud that I didn't immediately jump to Ethan and Neela's defense, because when you look into the story, it actually looks a lot for Ethan and Neela. And I do mean that literally.
He was proud that he didn't condemn the false CPS calls because Ethan talked about his dog and kids getting sick. Look how much he's lying.
CPS getting called on Ethan is not a good thing. I condemn it. And when other people see that he's talking about his children getting Giardia from dog poop, people are quite reasonably concerned. And so, yes, anyone who's seeing that content might be concerned enough to call CPS.
These people are champagne activists. Yeah, we care about children. Ethan's children. Meanwhile, they're ignoring supporting a child marriage bill. They falsely accuse the coach, lie about him getting paid to talk bad. Pressure Olivia because she's a woman. Pressure AB because he's Arab. What about this is activism? You're just trying to make your former friends unemployed. Ian describes himself as a very stoic person.
It's very obvious. I thought more people would be able to catch on. I am quiet, stoic, not talkative.
Actually, you're too talkative. Feel free to shut up.
There are still people accusing her of cheating, accusing me of being in an abusive relationship. None of this is true. And there is no evidence for any of this except, like, I guess body language experts coming on and being like, Idubbbz is being stoic here, therefore he's in hell.
That's a very funny word to use to describe your role in your relationship, since the definition is someone who endures hardship without complaining. But then again, I wouldn't describe any of these people as stoic. These people are cry bullies. They cry out victim as they hit you, and then they all come together and pat each other on the back. Dad has since been challenging Ian to a boxing match, saying it would help them both make up lost money from Creator Clash.
I talked to Misfits, and they're talking about like big money that would change my life for a very long time. And I feel that Ian, you know, who couldn't use money when you're grinding on the internet all the time, it's hard to earn a living. He hasn't responded. I texted him. You guys saw.
Ian's been texting Dad back to kick rocks. Then Ian goes on Millhouse's show where Millhouse tries so hard to suck Ian's cock the entire time.
I always want to defend you guys. Like even the stuff with like Dad right now. Like someone's trying to give you like, dude, Dad has been trying to farm Plaud off of this for the last like few weeks, ever since Creator Clash was canceled.
So when he says I'm farming clout off of Ian, I guess that's his way of negating my valid complaints that I was involved with Ian for 3 years heavily, and then Ian really blew that all up. So I would naturally be upset.
Dad spent 3 years working for Creator Clash. He's literally in debt due to Creator Clash 3 failing, and these valid complaints are being written off as him being immature.
His behavior hasn't been cool. Like, he's been literally talking shit about you guys. He's been contributing to the negative attention.
Don't want to give him my attention in general. Like, I think he's been an asshole. So fuck him.
It's not Dad's fault you turned a charity boxing event into a political statement about a war in the Middle East and justified harassment towards a family of 5. Believe it or not, most people think that makes you the asshole. Ian has since done another live stream where he does more lying, more rewriting of history, more playing victim, and we will get to that in part 2. So subscribe to the channel and be sure to check out Plaud. Shout out to the homies over on Patreon: Crimson Glass River, Christina Vina, Drinkobex, Necro Valley, Eddie Bizzle, Tiz McFitz, Christopher H, Senial Music, Lucas If, Snoopy Poop Doop 2, Amur MLB, Rooney Boo, Drew is Sharing, Cloud Factory, Mustard Shirt Guy, Tiffany 2 Trill, and the mega homies: IGP Your Taxi, Cyber Katie, Lore Reloaded, Papa Gut, Kaden Lulin, BA Subway, Hawk and Load, Kitty Cat, Terox, John Manfreda, Lucas, Katie Huck, Adrian, and Carter.